That night, Elsie looked out the window as she always did. Instead of looking at the gibbons' windows to see what sort of antics they were up to, she looked at the oak tree. On a clean sheet of paper, Elsie drew each branch, each twist of the trunk, and each mass of leaves as clearly as she could see it. At the base of the tree, she drew several straight wooden boards. On the top board, she drew a little note and wrote a tiny message on it. She held the paper up to the window. When she tapped the drawing, the boards were piled up on the ground, silent and waiting. Elsie casually mentioned this to her mother at breakfast. "I see there are some wooden boards over by the oak tree," Elsie said. She was still being honest. She did see that there were boards by the oak tree. She did not mention that she put them there. "Oh," her mother said between sips of coffee. "I wonder if the gibbons are building something." "Maybe," Elsie said. "I think I'll check it out." Elsie was only outside for a moment when she came back in carrying a small note. She handed it to her mother, and it said, "Some scrap lumber for your nice families to make a treehouse in this great old oak." "Oh gosh," said Mrs. Mayberry. "Well, that's nice of whoever, but I hardly have time to fix up my own house, let alone build a treehouse." "That's okay," Elsie said, trying to keep her voice even. "I bet I can team up with some of the gibbons, and we can figure something out." Elsie was already out the door when her mother shouted something to her about being careful and not using power tools.